Hello and welcome.
Welcome.
Paperback comedy. There she is. I just wanted to make sure you were tagged properly.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday to you. We've got AJ here in the studio with us from Paperback Comedy.
Howdy.
I'm very excited to have you. I need some laughs.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, I'm the wrong person.
If you've never met AJ, seen one of his shows, or been to one of your open mic nights, where have you been?
Don't go to the open mic nights. Go to the actual shows. It's so sad people go into the open mic nights expecting laughs. So like, no, we're just trying out stuff.
Right. This is where we practice. These are our stomping grounds.
Right.
But you need to practice to get good, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you need to have those moments.
Dude, I love the playback of us just like 5 seconds ago. Like, if I could go back in time to 5 seconds
we
ago.
can. We can make it happen here at 1180. We can do anything. Thank you to our sponsors, Habitat for Humanity, putting people in houses for 35 years. We appreciate you. Make sure you support the restores. And if you need them to do your demo for you, they will. They'll come, they'll take your cabinets, they'll take your gently used appliances, and then they will resell them to put more people in homes. It's fantastic. Make sure you support them.
And I'd like to thank my sponsor, Red Shoe.
How's that going for you?
just like still hard, call more ladies.
Good morning, Eva. Thanks for joining us. AJ is really a funny guy, and I love you in any circumstance because you just make light of a situation that's so awkward. No matter what it is, you're like, well, there's a quip here.
Fair. It's kind of our job. When people say you can't make fun of blah blah blah, like, can you though?
You're like, watch me.
Yeah.
Hold my beer. Hold my this.
well, it's like my mom always said: if it's not okay to joke about, it's not okay to talk about.
Right. You have to make light of the situation given whatever circumstance. And boy, do we have a lot of circumstance to talk about today. I started going over the day's news as we do here at What's New Cape Cod. And I'm always like, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. And then you just had a funny for all of them. And I was like, you know what if we just roll through these and see your take on any of these situations?
The audience will just have to take your word for it that it happened.
Well, you're going to be out, by the way. Make sure you grab some of these tickets. I know this week is going to be gone before we know it. Here we are halfway through November. And next week is family, whether you like them or not, they're going to be in your life in some space. So you're going to have awkward dinners, and maybe you want to plan for a little comedy.
And that's why for the next hour, we are going to talk about how to get rid of your family.
Don't ask. Just watch.
Subscribe for more.
That's it. So your shows, you're going to be at Cape Cod Beer. I know that.
Am I?
Well, Drew Dunn is going to be there.
Oh,
right?
Knockabout. Yeah.
I'm
Cape Cod Beer. They kicked me out ever since I used the urinal with my pants down to my ankles. Weird situation.
Can we?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, is there a backstory to that?
No,
I really
other than my backside, there's no backstory there.
Okay, so you're going to be at Knockabout with Drew Dunn, who I find one of the funniest humans.
Yep, that's why he's Dane Cook's feature on his tour.
I don't find Dane Cook funny.
That's why Drew Dunn overshadows. Like, hey, I kind of like the feature more.
I got to meet Drew Dunn.
Shout out to Dane Cook.
Yeah, right. I got to meet Drew Dunn at a intimate show. Our friend Gail Fitzpatrick from the Friends of the Plymouth Pound. Oh, she puts on a party. This woman knows how to get it done. And it's never a small feat. It was a Wizard of Oz themed.
Was Drew Dorothy?
Basically. And I'm playing music in the background, and I'm like, okay, so there's a comedy a comedian that's going to walk into a room that's fully decked out with like Tin Mans and Dorothy. Like, it was really just so over the top.
Oh, that's great.
Wizard of Oz. And he's just sitting there cracking jokes for a group of her friends that are above 60. It was awesome. He was really funny.
And that's why you need to see him this Tuesday. And if you don't see it, you're gonna miss out.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Sam? Thanks for joining us this morning. AJ Haypenny here from Paperback Comedy.
Hi, Sam.
And we've got Drew Dunn coming to knock. November 21st. Where can people grab their tickets?
They can grab it at eventbrite.com.
You're also doing a fun fundraiser, which I love, coming up on the 18th.
Yes, and we got the TikTok janitor Jimmy Cash. He's going to be on. Also from Kevin Hart's Heart of the City, J.R. Adams. He's going to be on that show, and Caroline Cook is going to be hosting. The poster says I'm going to host, but I really don't want to.
Why?
I want to be on the regular lineup.
You just want to go in there and do your comedy and leave?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to stay there and eat, but yeah, I'm going to eat all the food. Caroline Cook's going to host that. I don't think she knows yet, but
she's going to love that.
Surprise if you're watching. Shout out to Caroline Cook.
I got to sneak in recently to one of your shows, and one of your comedians was not having the best day.
Oh no, Jay Whitaker, no.
But he was so open about it,
Yeah,
and was like, "I'm just gonna try this new comedy right here," and it tied together. Like, that's how you know we're professional, right there. Is like, I'm having the worst day of my life.
It tied the room together.
It did though. We kind of all just were in his misery with him a little bit, but he also brought out some good jokes.
Yeah, I love how he talked about his divorce for like a full 50 minutes.
We're all like, oh, okay.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
We were in it. Absolutely. It was wild. Well, especially because we came off of a female comedian that was talking about, peens and weens.
Peens and weens and butts.
Yeah. I was like, well, okay. We're getting into it. All right, then.
Dude, it goes into butts and my divorce.
Yeah. It was a wild turn of events for an evening, and I was dressed in costume. So it was prior to Halloween. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm in costume. Ignore me. Please do not put me up front. Puts me right up front.
I was also dressed in costume too. Dressed as a guy like, oh, this is happening.
You were the ringleader of that comedy show right there. Yes, you were.
Something like that. Yeah.
So I really enjoy your comedy, and we have a good time. So some of the things that we were leading off with that we wanted to talk to you today about, and now I lost the headline that I had. But I definitely wanted to talk. You got excited when you saw Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes.
Five Nights at Freddy. Did you see it?
Oh,
do you watch it?
Oh my God, it was great.
My daughter loved it. Yeah. Fangirled over it.
And I often fantasize what if Chuck E. Cheese went after me with a knife?
I didn't realize that there were Chuck E. Cheeses still open.
Yeah, there's plenty of them.
Well,
I know a lot of comedians that aren't allowed within 500 feet of one.
Well, I guess they announced that Munch's Make Believe ban is going away at all of their locations. Is it because of Five Nights at Freddy? Do you think it scared people?
Yeah. Thank you, PETA from Hunger Games. It's all your damn fault.
As soon as I saw that he was in this, I was like, why is Josh in this? This is a really heavy cast list here for not being a great movie, but.
And shout out to Jake Hawkins. Hi, Jake. And he writes Lord Farquaad over there. They're like,
I love your hair.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's fabulous. Do you use your physicality at all in your comedy? I've seen little bits of your comedy.
Physicality.
Yeah, like what you look like.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I told the crowd that when I was coming out that nobody was shocked. Is that, yeah, we already know. You look like if Cape Cod had a gay Aquaman. Cockwaman. Jason Momoa.
Welcome into our morning show this morning. This is awesome. I love it.
I don't talk to the fish. I just listen.
We're gonna have a good time today. And feel free to reach out and drop him one-liners. We'll see what he does with them. What's up, Lindsay? You've picked a great show. I saw a snippet of your show fairly recently where some woman was trying to set you up with her daughter. My God,
yeah.
Has that ever happened before?
No, that was the first time. This was at Pete Andrews' room. This was Bristol, New Hampshire, in the middle of nowhere. But
right, it really is nowhere.
Great crowd. Then I don't remember what. I think I was doing a bit about eating ass, and then the woman asked, "Are you single?" I'm like, what?
She's like, I never thought that would equate to wanting you to date my daughter when you were doing that. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan. Just like it's for. I said, "Who are you asking for?" And then another woman raised her hand, so I thought that was the daughter in the crowd. Like, but then I found out later, no, my daughter's not here. I was just asking for someone else. I'm like, oh, so I'm talking to what I thought was her daughter, like after the show the whole time.
How do you handle that situation where you're just like, all right, well, now I'm going to make the crowd part of this act?
Oh, I always try to somehow make the crowd part of my act.
Yeah.
You have to perform for the crowd, not at the crowd. Because there are people that will do jokes at the crowd.
Yeah.
but they're like, I could have stayed home and watched Netflix.
I apologize to you, Tanya. She says, Haley says hi. Her 4-year-old, probably not the most appropriate conversation for a 4-year-old this morning, but
oh, snap. Sorry.
Hey,
we'll go a little further.
This is comedy, Tanya. You should have known what you were walking into.
That's right. Shame on it.
Eva says she needs a good comedy night out. I think everybody does. What's up, Mark?
Come out Tuesday.
I was at 4 C's yesterday, molding the minds of our youthful podcasters and radio students. Not really, but I have one of their students of the week on next week, so I'm looking forward to that.
Ooh, fantastic!
I had fresh meat.
throwing him into the fire.
Come on down. It's safe here. Nothing's wrong.
Come on down. Make s'mores. No. Knowing what you know now after seeing that John Oliver episode on chocolate.
So what is the deal with John Oliver? He just recently won again. The man is phenomenal at what he does. He also has a really good writing team.
Oh, he has a fantastic writing team. He equates all his BS to them.
Oh, 100%. I know he's got a general shtick, but also I watched a recent episode. I hadn't watched one in a while. The vernacular is killing me, though. I feel like a 50-year-old man shouldn't be saying things like lit and just the way he speaks.
Or Riz.
Yeah. It made me, I was feeling like I was watching a 17-year-old have a conversation, but John Oliver was delivering it. So it's basically what it is now. It's all right. I saw that Barry Manilow said that he didn't come out as gay until 2017 because he was afraid it would kill his career.
Dude, he came out as soon as he did his first song.
The minute he opened his mouth, right?
Like, I love girls.
Barry, you weren't fooling anybody. Nobody cares.
It's just like at Giggles when they're like, oh, we know you're queer, and like this was long before I even came out. But what was insulting is they thought I was in a relationship with this other comic, Tony Capabianco. I could do way better than Tony.
That's awful, but also true.
Shout out to Tony Capabianco. See, it's not bad if you shout out to them right afterwards.
That's it. It negates all the crappy things that you say about them.
Tony Capabianco, you can pound sand. Shout out to Tony.
Maybe you can talk a little bit about the toxicity of comedy a little bit, but also it's.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a playground of mocking people endlessly. There is bullying. There is too far. How do you do that in this new state of the world where everybody's real sensitive?
True. Well, I say shut up, snowflake. No, what's weird is I found out today we lightly tell people, hey, you shouldn't say this thing, but if they react to what free speech, then they're like, yeah, we'll stay away from that person because that person we can't do anything.
Have you had anybody just get up and walk out of a room because you said something that offended them so badly?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And like it can be anything. Like I think I was doing a bit about like how I think that like Chinese food, when I go to like different restaurants, it oftentimes tastes the same. And then so like, my mother was Chinese. She didn't make the food.
So people get indignant about things that really are ridiculous sometimes.
Oh, sure. And then like so sometimes those stuff that would be valid. Like some guy was yelling out sounds like something like, like I can fight anyone. Like, oh, you win any fight? Is that how you lost this tooth? And then he bummed him out like the rest of the show. Like he didn't laugh at anything like the whole time. Like, dude, you're at a comedy show and you're yelling stuff out. You're a freaking target.
I just sit there and laugh. I don't feel compelled to yell at the comic to say dumb stuff.
Yeah.
What do you do with hecklers?
Exactly the way that you see it in the stuff that I post. Like whenever I post like material, it never gets anything. But then when I post me like reacting to like a guy, it's just like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever.
Well, I mean, that does unfortunately get clicks and likes and watches when
Yeah.
people are either inappropriate or you have to now go stop your show and address the jerk in the room,
Yeah.
but then try and make that also entertaining. It's kind of like a wrestling match, right?
Mm-hmm. And pro wrestling is the closest thing to stand-up comedy because timing is important. Timing is more important because like there's wrestlers that'll do like 100 moves in a minute. Then like when you can really do like 2 or 3 moves or 2 or 3 jokes and make it last just as long.
Right.
Because like really when you're like charging up and you're Hulkamaniaing up, like the crowd is paying attention to that. Just pause, let people breathe so they can hear that.
Yeah.
I was talking about doing shows in P-Town, and then one guy yelled out, "You look like you belong there." I was just like, "Oh," said the guy with the printed shirt.
Yeah, right. Well, I wish I could afford a house there. I would happily live there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like not yeah, during the summertime, but then like
I like P-Town in the winter also.
like that's when us queers are just like hibernate.
No, they're out there. There are less of them. They're not scantily clad, but I mean, all the townspeople are like, yeah, well, we're
like, what do you do? I'm just getting growth 3. It's just
just like that too. Good
shout
morning,
out to
Carrie.
Latez.
How are you? Hi, Lauren. Thanks for joining us this morning. We've got AJ Haypenny from Paperback Comedy. He's got a couple of shows that are coming up. So if you need a reprieve from your family and everything that is going on in your life and just need a couple of laughs, he will definitely deliver those for you.
And bring your 4-year-olds. That's
Yep.
perfect.
Sorry, Tanya.
Sorry, Tanya.
Well, you're also doing a fundraiser for
we swore on the
4-year-olds.
last show, so I thought it was okay.
You're allowed to do whatever you want on the show. It just so happened that a 4-year-old was in the
I
background.
apologize, Tanya. I just don't apologize for the rest of the stuff that I say the rest of the show.
That's still hanging out.
But I apologize for all the previous stuff that I did. Not just this, but for my whole life.
His whole life.
Exactly. Why don't people just apologize for everything that they've done before?
I feel like that's the way the world is right now.
Yeah.
We're constantly apologizing for the things. My child will say sorry 4,000 times. I'm like, what are you even sorry for? You didn't even do anything. You walked in the room. Why are you sorry?
Dude, Drew Barrymore apologized because like,
all right, we're gonna go here.
Yeah, because she said, "Oh, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing was crazy," and then like 3 people on Twitter got offended. Like,
I know.
Drew Barrymore, don't apologize. You were in ET.
Enough said.
You were married to Tom Green. You don't owe us anything.
Oh, Lauren says, I have a new studio for you, AJ. Definitely a comedy night. Tanya, don't apologize. It's hilarious. This is awesome. You recently had to try out some new material and it was a little bit family oriented. You were like pushing the envelope a little.
Oh yeah. You have to like especially when you look around and it's just like, are any of them here? No, you just see it.
That's how every good joke starts.
For some reason at Knockabout Open
All
Mic,
right.
which we do the 3rd Tuesday of every month.
Shout out to Pete and Meg. You really just make things happen for a lot of people, and I appreciate you.
Meg was bartender that night.
She's so funny,
and she got to experience the oh my god of Knockabout Open Mic that night.
Wait a minute, we're letting this happen under our roof? How long has this been going on?
And she's like, oh my god. There was one guy that pulled out like he's this prop comic called Earth Creature. Shout out to Earth Creature. And and he pulled out like this prop tapeworm, and it was Hillary Clinton at the end. I said,
where does one get this? Did he make this?
Dude, like clearly he glue gunned it. Like we could ask him. And then Josh Adams, this other comic that I perform with regularly, he pointed out the blow up doll that Earth Creature brought out. I think that's a child's bikini. He's like, because I bought that same bikini for my kid.
Oh my god! You can buy anything on the internet. Doesn't mean it's great. Good morning, Aaron. Yeah, it is crazy times.
I don't think he bought it on the internet. I think he got it at Target.
I'm gonna shop the kids section for a bikini for my blow up doll that I'm gonna use on a stage. I'm a comedian, everybody. Don't look here. Is this what happens?
He's like, why are you buying this in November?
Freaking weirdos. I love it. Tara, thanks for joining us this morning. AJ is just a force to be reckoned with. All right, so you've got prop comics at open mic nights.
Yeah.
What else pops up at open mic nights sometimes?
We also have singers. So Tara actually she actually did a couple songs for us.
Cool.
And they were great. But then she's like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do a third song. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because typically it's only 2 songs anyway if you're a musician. But
Yeah.
I was stalling for time for this other local comic, Al
It gets
Christakis.
real here.
Oh yeah. and this other comedian, Brianna Woodward, who was a finalist in the Boston Comedy Festival. And in my opinion, she should have won the whole thing because she's that damn good.
Yeah.
I think Brianna Woodward's going to be like the next big thing.
In your opinion, what makes a damn good comic? Because I know everybody's got their shtick.
I would say watch Brianna Woodward. Brianna, she like not only is her writing fantastic,
Mhm.
and it's like with the times and trying to like connect to like stuff around, but it's also relatable to Gen X and beyond. And like I mentioned, she also does comedy for the crowd, not at the crowd.
Yeah, that is a big difference and a distinction when you're having a conversation with people versus talking at them.
And don't try to be edgy without substance.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of edgelord comedy out there, and this happened last night. I wasn't there, but at this open mic in Boston, there was one kid. Because I say if you're not queer, don't say the F word, the pride F word. In fact, like I don't even recommend saying it on stage anyway, because it's generally not gonna get a laugh unless you've been doing it 20, 30 years on stage.
And you embody the word. Like if you're the word, yeah.
You embody the word, you know how to structure it.
Yes.
So this kid goes up and he says it on stage, and then there's an audience member who's a trans woman, said, no.
Good.
just no. It's good. Like, what? What's the problem? It's not funny. Nobody's laughing. And that guy. So that's one good heckle that I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
I would laugh at the woman.
And then he was like, what do you not like about the joke? Instead of taking the L and moving on.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, tell me what's wrong with the joke. Nobody's laughing.
Yeah.
Dude.
That awkward pregnant space. But I love that a trans person got up there and was like, yeah, get out of here. Leave. Go. We're here to laugh.
Typically, I don't encourage heckling, but sometimes a person needs to know how unfunny their joke is, especially when it's one thing if like people are laughing and then one person's like, no, but when nobody's laughing, but the comedian still thinks they're killing.
I'm assuming that this was in a place where this comedian has already broken through certain barriers and had a stage or presence.
And I've seen this comedian kill, but then do the joke that has the F word in it and just fall flat completely. Like, why do you need to do that joke?
Yeah.
Like, it's like nobody enjoys it.
And I
don't even think you enjoy it. I think you're just like shooting it out to like elicit a response.
Yeah.
And then the comedian told the bartender 5 minutes into the person heckling, he said, "Hey, we should kick this person out." And the bartender like looked at it and said, "No."
We're talking about straddling the lines of like what's funny and what tracks.
Right.
Given the climate of everything that's going on in the world, I feel like it's a comedian's job to take the world and to poke fun at it. But when does it cross the line, especially since we're really divergent in what we think is funny this day and age?
Right. And
that changes by age demographic also.
It changes by age demographic, but it's also read the freaking room, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, 50% of the time that gets laughs. Like that joke is an F.
Right. You failed.
like stop bringing it up, Kanye. You don't need
that man. He just delivers.
What a great man.
Just delivers. Good morning, Andra, Lori, Michonne, and Sam. Thank you so much for joining us. AJ Haypenny, paperback comedy. We're just talking about things that are going on in the world. Okay, so you and I said, let's just check. Cape Cod news and see what's going on our little space.
What does it say about the Central Park Coffee House?
Oh, the Central Park Coffee House that opened up in Boston. So it's a Friends themed coffee house that opened up in Boston, 2,600 feet, coffee, all of the stuff.
Everybody's going to sit on that couch.
Why is it in Boston, though?
I feel like it should be in New York.
Right.
But in Boston, I think people will go, but for the novelty of it, but it'll last about a year and a half. Now, I hope I'm wrong, but I feel that like people will only want to sit on that couch. That Malibu. Joey never shares food.
Oh, Joey shared a lot, like a really heavy Matthew Perry situation. That's Courtney Cox also says, I think about him every day. Well, it's only been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Grief is that funny thing. We've been talking about grief. I mean, here we go. Families coming into town. You're going to talk about all your childhood trauma. We're going to talk about all of these things, your grief, your sadness, and we're throwing a Central Park coffee location out. Why do they keep promoting it? Well, because Matthew Perry just passed away. So we're going to capitalize on this and try and get the most amount of money. But yes, a year and a half, I give it.
That's exactly what Places Space is. Am I pronouncing that right? That's exactly what they're saying. So cool, but I was hoping the idea came before Chandler's death.
Right. Obviously it did. You can't just well, I mean, it is Hollywood people. You could magic up a 2,600 square foot room in no time. But
dude, I wonder if like the other Friends casts were pallbearers for Chandler.
So awkward.
Yeah, and then Ross would just go pivot. Pivot.
And here we go, the comedian mocking death.
I'm sure Matthew Perry would find it hilarious.
He would absolutely find it hilarious. So we were looking at the Cape Cod news today, and I had this story, and the headline just chef's kiss to the writers over here, but this actually happened. Loose horse aboard a plane forces a fuel dump over Cape Cod.
I just read dump, and I just imagine like the horse.
That's the thing. Loose horse and dump in one full sentence is not something that you want to hear about. It's not. It's not cute.
Did you bring any fruits and vegetables? Oh yeah. Did you bring any loose horses onto your plane?
This happened yesterday. Happened yesterday.
At Icelandic. I feel that would be a Norwegian flight. But it would still cost the $50, like the same one to like bring on a carry-on bag.
So this horse, I always forget that they actually get on planes, but this horse got loose from its stable on board, was causing a ruckus. Can you imagine the pilot? Like, I can't even. What else was on this plane?
Yeah, well, the first time the horse kicked me in the face, I thought, well, it's a horse, of course.
All I can.
But the second time, I'm like,
what else was on this plane? I needed to know. I really do. So the horse gets loose, and just picture yourself.
Like, first of all, this is my depression horse. If you don't let him on and take his huge jumps, I will cancel you. I will do it. I know Ralph Nader.
So I don't know if this was like a prize winning show pony. Like, I don't know what. I need to know more information that it's just not giving me. So the horse gets loose on board.
Yeah, come on, Cape Cod Times. Tell us if it was a therapy horse.
I need to know. There are so many questions that I have for this story. Patrick Flannery, you did not deliver.
Damn it, Patrick. You did this again.
So the horse is loose aboard, and they had to dump all of the.
Was he sitting in coach?
I don't know if he's going to become a coach wallet or something after all of this. I don't know what's going to happen.
And I bet the guy that weighs 600 pounds that's sitting in the middle seat.
Like,
this is despicable. That can't be. This is bull crap.
No, it's horse crap. 6,000 gallons of fuel were dumped over Cape Cod because they were worried they were going to have to make an emergency
no wonder
landing.
It smelled so good.
Yesterday,
I kept
everyone's
smelling
like,
my fingers. That's my favorite scene in Tommy Boy with Chris Farley when he pumps the gas and he smells his fingers and smiles. He's like,
Good morning, Nicole, Lenore, Michelle. You have walked into quite a treat. We're just trying to get through a news story here, and we're just not able to do so. So the loose horse gets crazy. They dump all of the fuel all over Cape Cod from like Martha's Vineyard on, makes an emergency landing. I feel bad for Dan Wolf. I know him as a person. He's a really nice guy. And I don't know how
Shout out to Dan Wolf.
Seriously, the founder and board chairman of Cape Air and Hyannis had to actually, with a straight face, have a conversation about this loose horse and dumping fuel all over our beautiful Cape and Islands.
And this comes like 2 days after Timothy Chalamet was on SNL and had a tiny horse sketch.
Yes.
And it just expanded.
Here it is. Loose cargo is a bigger concern, Wolf said. Is it though?
Come on, Dan.
Dan, I know we were talking about pivot, but loose cargo is a bigger concern, he said, especially when the cargo is large, animal confined, and in a pressurized airplane.
And how do you lose the horse? Like, I dare say, where did Butt Stallion go? Oh, Butt Stallion.
The pilot requested a veterinarian to meet the crew aboard a safe landing in New York, so everybody's fine.
Oh, well, good. At least they brought a vet. Thank God.
The horse is fine. The pilot's fine. The plane landed. Only we're now covered in fuel. So this is the byline of this, but
I hope the horse did make it, and Ralphie from Sopranos just going after him.
Lauren, an emotional support horse. I just can't.
You will let my emotional horse support horse on here, or I will go on Twitter along with my emotional support falcon. And you will let him out of the plane every 15 minutes. I don't care if we get sucked out.
Baby's got to fly. Oh my God.
Are you trying to clip his wings?
Good morning. I hope you're having fun with us this morning, because that's really what it's about. AJ is the man and has the best laugh. He really does. I definitely enjoy having you in the studio with me, and I definitely needed a good laugh.
Thank you, John Zink.
Our question of the day that I post every single morning, Stephanie in the Morning on Facebook and Instagram, but 10K, buy anything that starts with the first letter of your name.
Ass.
That's a lot of ass. Didn't even wait for me to finish the sentence.
With an A, that's the first thing we're thinking of. And you can't, if you're in Massachusetts, that should be your answer too, because you can't spell Massachusetts.
That's it.
Yeah,
without one, you can't do it.
Yeah, without first, but.
Well, for me, I was like, I want a submarine, but I can't buy a submarine for 10K. So it's just a lot of sushi.
Sure you can.
You just went right into ass.
like, sure you can. Didn't you see the Ocean Gate thing? They only spent 10 grand on that.
Oh my God.
Did you see the controller? That looks like it belonged to a GameCube.
Kristen, good morning. My son and your son are like best friends. Who's your son? Or is it AJ's son?
Or
do you have a son you don't know about?
Two men can't make a baby.
Well, you've been delivering those kids to everybody lately, so I don't know what happened.
Oh no, that's gonna cancel me too. Like, two men can make a baby. I will destroy you.
Is your son CJ? Please tell me it is, because your son is so flipping funny if it is CJ. Yes. Is it CJ? Please tell me.
Stephanie, and your son Cody.
Yes. Cody's got his big birthday coming up this weekend. 15. And he wants to go to Maine.
Oh, he wants to go to Maine. He definitely is white.
Oh my God, Kristen, your son is hilarious. You want to talk about comedy from a 15-year-old son? Your boy is in.
Dude, we actually have a 15-year-old, Justin Pischel, that does comedy.
I love that.
So if he wants to do comedy, take him to the third Tuesday, which is the 19th, I believe.
Okay.
December 19th, Tuesday, December 19th at Knockabout, 8 p.m.
Okay.
If you want him to perform, bring him down at 8 p.m. Parent does need to be there.
I would bring those two fools. Kristen will meet there, and we'll let those two do their dueling stand up.
Yeah.
They make me laugh, actually. They're very funny the way they rip on each other. It's pretty much comedy.
Yep. Bring them down. 15 is the perfect age to start. That's when Chappelle started.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So my 13 years old, he started like watching other comedians like at open mic, and he learned like what not to do. Like
Right. There's a lot of that. There's plenty of that going around. But I mean, I feel like when you're in comedy, there is a structure to comedy. There is writing involved.
Yeah.
There is moments of reading
like
the crowd.
actual writing, like
Right.
actual.
Correct.
One comedian told me, "Oh, after 3 years, I just started to write," and I misheard him because you said after 3 years you just started to wipe?
Yeah.
Like what? Because like a lot of comedians like write from their phones, but if they write physically down, they're gonna memorize their jokes a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like Drew Dunn, like a lot of his best writing is done on stage,
Mhm.
but like oftentimes like, oh, I came up with a new thing. He needs
You
to
got to write
that
it down because you got to develop
immediately
it, right?
afterwards. Like Drew Dunn was like one of the only people that I'm seeing like write stuff like write down like immediately after a set, and that inspired me to work harder too.
Drew Dunn is also from a huge family, so I think being from a large family like I am, I feel like you're already given so much material just because you've seen the dysfunction, function, craziness that happens between people. Because that's really all comedy is pointing out ridiculous things that people do, or were situations that we're in, or funny parts about life that you're just okay.
And if you're lucky, a lot of people then can connect to that.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter what background you come from. If you mention like a ridiculous thing, I said like, oh, I that exact same thing happened to me.
Right. So you've got a Me Too moment. You've got I've never heard that before. That's insane. Or you
when you said Me Too moment, it's just like, hey,
listen,
he addressed me with his eyes.
Also me. Okay. Also me. God, ruined. That got ruined. Matt, Sam, Evie. Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
What if Steve Carell like gets a Me Too moment? It'll be #despicable.me.
That's awesome, actually. I've got our little office guys over there. They were trying desperately to bring back The Office, but it's so inappropriate. It just wouldn't fly at this point in time. And even Steve Carell knew it. Then he started trying to be serious.
If anything, I think the show holds up better than it does now.
It does.
Especially with Angela and the cats.
We love it. We love it.
Like Save Bandit.
So many good things. There are so many nuggets of awesomeness in that show. You either love it or you hate it, I find, though. Or some people that just haven't given it a chance, that say they don't like it. You haven't given it a chance.
Dwight in the beginning of it was my least favorite character, but then towards the end was my favorite one because I felt that he had the most character arc.
Oh yeah, I was giving disagulations last night at trivia for people screaming out answers.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, next to the Office crew, you got a whole flower. Like
I do. I had Kelly Washburn in the studio from Enchanted Florist in Centerville.
Okay, thank God. I thought someone died. And
That's what Hank said. Did I ever tell you the story about my funeral flowers?
No.
So since we're talking about these shared
like your funeral, like you already picked out flowers.
Wait a minute. We'll get to it. So if I were to do comedy, it would just be stories about my family because I have lots of them. I've made my radio career out of them. There's plenty to talk about with my family. They do crazy things. And my husband calls it, yeah, but it's hyperbole. Well, yeah, you take out the best part of the story and you lead with that. That's how you tell stories.
Yeah.
So
it's called a hook.
Right? There's a reason for this. So my husband used to be the cable guy.
Come on, Steven.
Yes, that cable guy. And
I just want to hang out. No big deal.
He was doing a job at a funeral home. And so while he was at this funeral home, he wrapped up all
Wait, let's back up. Were they that bored with the funeral?
They needed the internet.
they're like, David can go to hell. I'll be damned if I'm not missing Al Roker.
They needed a back room to keep themselves
now, what's
occupied.
in your neck of the woods?
Well, he also did business and he also did, all of their internet stuff. So he's over there fixing, I don't know whether it was home security or working on whatever and fixing all their stuff.
You're like, Mommy, like we're here for Daddy's funeral. Shut up. I'm trying to find you a new daddy.
Yeah, John, cable for the stiffs. Hey, Dead people need TV too. So he's there, he's wrapping up this cable job, and the guy was so thankful. He's like, to help yourself to any arrangement here, you can take it home for your wife or whatever. And so I come home from work, and there is basically this floral arrangement with all it's missing is a banner that says mom across it and on my kitchen table. And I was like, who died? And my husband's like, oh, it was a tip. You don't like it? I was like, no, but really, who died? Like, where did these come from? He could have taken those flowers out and put them in a nice vase. I would never have known. He could have done anything with these flowers. Nobody left this is clearly this is a bereavement flower situation. It even smelled like dead people. You know that smell of like lilies and
glue,
just sadness. It smelled
Why
like
does it
that.
smell like Pantene and Elmer's?
And it's not the weirdest tip he's ever received in his entire life, but it was just one of those where I was like, you could have tried a little bit. He just didn't. So yeah, I've gotten funeral arrangement flowers as a living human. I don't think many people can say also me.
Dude, like, I didn't know tulips came in black.
Yeah, wow. Look at those. Stiffs watching The View. There's plenty of those already.
It's Barbara.
Poor Barbara.
I'm gonna wham sack your house.
She was the best part of The View.
Yeah, she was like The View if they had an Elmer Fudd.
Right? That accent. And she's a Massachusetts person. Where did that come from? I don't know.
It was just from hunting wabbits.
Yeah, probably. Good morning, Bev. Bev had an interesting interaction with Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees.
Ooh. Was he the bassist?
Apparently he's listening to lemonadio.com right now. You can listen
Girl,
to us.
Look what you've done to me.
Hey, we'll take you. Thank you. I guess he's been covering some REM tunes. And so,
oh, no way.
like,
That's me in the corner.
Do you get to be 85 years old and just start randomly doing things that you feel like? I feel like that's the goal, to be old.
Dude, I would listen to the Monkees do covered of Everybody Hurts.
Monkey. He's the only one left, I think.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
Because
Davy Jones was the first to go.
Right.
And then
Mike Nesmith.
Okay.
Peter. No, there's one other one, and I don't remember the other one. If you remember the other monkey I'm forgetting, please let us know.
The Monkees were better than the Beatles.
They weren't, but
they were. They were. They had more movies.
I did like their show. I tried to rewatch it.
Listen, was John Lennon ever on the Brady Bunch?
That's it.
Was he ever on the Brady Bunch? No, but Davy Jones was.
Yes. And thank you for that, Bev. I appreciate that. Peter Tork, and he was the drummer. Well, I posted it about his album. So yes. Thank you very much to Mickey Dolen's team for saying that you at least like Lemonadio. We appreciate you.
And shout out to the Monkees, the alive ones and the ones that have passed.
It's only Mickey. That's all. It's Mickey. He's the monkey. That's what's left.
hey, for the monkey.
That's it. You're monkeying around all by yourself.
Dude, 85, still a daydream believer.
That's nice and cheesy.
And a homecoming queen.
All right. So, new study by Michigan State seems to indicate that owning a pet does not bring you happiness or improve your well-being.
That is not true. I have my depression horse with me to take massive poops on the. You have no horse food on this plane?
I feel like you've just got a whole new line of comedy right here because of the loose horse on a plane. They say you're just convincing yourself of that. I disagree.
I don't know. Your cat made me so happy.
That's what I was saying.
Came in and greeted me. I'm just petting it.
So this morning, shout out to Tori. We were working on our the First Shot morning show, which it's going to be a little bit late this morning. But AJ was here just patiently sitting over there, petting my cat, enjoying his time quietly over there, happy as a clam.
And then John Zink writes, I need a safe space llama.
I want a safe space llama also.
I just need him to eat everybody's hair, make everyone miserable, because that was what makes me happy.
Yes, I like that. The safe space llama. I feel like that's a doable request, right?
Yeah. Because who is it? Rich Cummington, on Martha's Vineyard. He has a bunch of llamas.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he can like lend one over to you, John.
That's the car guy, right?
Yeah,
Rich
that's the car
Covington.
guy. Yeah. Or no, Ernie Bach Jr. That's
He
who it is.
definitely has
Yeah.
llamas
Oh yeah.
and alpacas. He's got a full farm over there, apparently.
See, and then they just come over and they greet
and a
you.
lot of disposable income. Ernie, we're available.
Dude, I am now happy to announce this is just a future one. We are now sponsored by Ernie Bach Jr. And we got John Zink, his Safe Space Llama.
Yes.
We did it.
Look at this, you guys. We are branching this comedy show right here. We're having a great time this morning. AJ from Paperback Comedy's got a couple of shows, and definitely go. Where can people buy tickets?
That is an excellent question. I'll have to go back on the on the thing.
Well, they can follow you on social too.
Yeah, you can follow me on AJ Hepe. But if you want to get tickets to the Tuesday show with Drew Dunn, which I highly recommend, we're halfway sold out right now. Eventbrite.com and put in Drew Dunn Knockabout. Tickets are $25, but if you put in the promo code knock 25 off.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that takes 25% off your ticket order, and that's exclusive for today.
What?
Exclusive for today.
If you're watching the show,
get your ticks. And then also at the Pocasset Golf Club on Saturday. Dress a little nice for it. Dress a little nice.
How are you faring with all of that? I feel like we all wait until the very, very last minute to get tickets because we are such commitment phobes this day and age.
Don't get them early. Well, especially with
commit to it.
Yeah, just commit to it. Especially with the Falmouth one, because get tickets now because they need a head count. You can't get tickets at the door. If you want to get tickets at the door, you can go to hell for being a last minute Sally.
And so there.
Yeah, go to hell.
You're not going to meet his emotional support horse.
Yeah.
Ever.
Or my emotional support llama to eat your beautiful locks. If you don't like it, I will call Elon Musk. I will get him after you.
I did goat yoga fairly recently, and my friend's goats, my friend Tanya's goats were eating my hair. It was weird. I didn't mind it though. I was like, whatever, they're wispy. Get at it. It was like a little haircut by goats.
I love that goat yoga too, where you're just
doing goat.
Yeah, you're just doing downward dog, and then they just hop on your back.
Yeah. Well, these ones are all male goats. She's like, they're rescues, but they have names like Betty White and
dude, and Blanche.
Yeah, basically. And they're full grown, and they definitely, if they get on your back, that's a lot of goat on your back.
And then the next four, they're just gonna name them after Sex and the City characters.
I like that. Bring it on, Tanya.
This one's Samantha.
Get down.
We have to lock her up.
We keep her in her own separate pen. She's a problem.
WestFalmouthPreschool.org is where to get tickets for Saturday
yes,
night.
Kids love comedy.
Yes, bring the kids. I mean, you can bring the kids, but we're not going to change our material because your kids brought them there.
That's it.
That's my favorite thing. They're like, can you tell appropriate?
People have asked that.
Yeah, I tell them no.
It's comedy.
Yeah.
You can't hold that. You can't contain that.
And then they're the same people who are mad that I don't do a show at like 6 p.m. for them. I'm like, oh, if I did that, you still wouldn't go.
To be fair, though, I do like the 6 p.m. thing. But I feel like comedy is just a late night situation.
Absolutely.
It's
6 p.m. It's just like, you're going to do jokes about doo-doo? Well, not just
Well,
doo-doo.
hear me out, thoh. I mean, it does get dark at 4 p.m. right now. So,
True.
I mean, jokes after dark can happen at 6 p.m. Why? I thought we passed this. I thought we got rid of this.
This is the only bipartisan issue. like literally the only one.
This is it. I'm sticking to it. We need to just leave the time alone. We're back in standard time, right? We're not messing with it. Dave, Josh, Dan, Don, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
And Bev Valentine writes, it's because you get up at 4 a.m.
True.
Yeah.
That's why I like 6 p.m. shows. And I don't think that's going to change.
Dude, speaking of that, I'm doing a show at 10 a.m. on Friday.
That's a weird time for comedy.
For an Air Force base. So like I literally canceled a show that I was doing because it's an Air Force base. So whenever I have an opportunity to perform for the troops,
absolutely
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
is they have a more messed up sense of humor than me. So like of course I am.
Secretly though, are you looking for dates? Like
No comment. Oh, maybe I'll find a general, and he'll give me 5 stars.
Hey! You just never know where you meet people this time,
dude. But like they wrote 10 to 12 in the email. So I canceled the show with Jim McHugh, who's one of my favorite people in the world.
Yeah.
And I felt bad about doing so, but I had. And then they said, "Oh, do you want me at 8 a.m.?" I said, No, because I'm gonna be hanging around for 14 hours. No, the show's at 10 a.m. Like 10 a.m.
So you just stay awake.
Yeah,
that's like your best time, right? You just wake up at 3 a.m., turn into Vampire AJ, and like go.
and then I play the Lost Boys soundtrack.
Yeah, why not? Get it done.
Cry, little sister.
You look pale. You look exhausted. Oh, that just gave me so like an actual physical reaction I just had right there, remembering that movie.
Oh, of course you don't want to remember with an oiled up man wearing suspenders and a saxophone.
Yeah, it was just weird
and
to
I
me.
Still believe.
It was hot, but I didn't get it.
Oh, it was super gay. That's why I loved it. And I didn't realize how much I loved it. Joel Schumacher, who is a gay icon, directed that movie and made the gayest soundtrack you possibly could. Yes.
I was a child. I knew nothing, and I loved it.
And Joel Schumacher is the same guy that made Bat Nipples.
Which I don't know what that is.
But. Batman and Robin, like all the suits, he made nipples for them.
Okay.
Yeah. But surprisingly, that was way less gay than all of Lost Boys. Kiefer.
Good morning, Dave. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's a little different than 24, but not really. Yeah. Just different costumes.
just
costume a little different. So no comments.
And guys asking, this guy's not white enough. He's clearly not one of us.
What is it like dating at this point in time? I saw all the dating apps are all suffering. They're firing all their CEOs. They're getting rid of everybody because everyone's like, yeah, this stinks. It's not working.
Well, it's not fair to the people that make the dating apps. It's the people that are on there that are the problem.
Correct.
100%. Like, because women, if you're on the dating apps,
Bumble, which is female forward.
Yeah, and like
just fired their CEO.
And if you're a queer dude on Bumble, it means neither one of you can talk to each other.
That I actually want to say. I want to say,
dude. And I tell this to guys: nothing gets a woman drier than in your profile saying you're an alpha male.
What?
You're an alpha male, dude. I've met 2 of these alpha males like on Grindr, and they're power bottoms at most.
How big of a D-bag do you have to be that you put alpha male on your profile?
alpha male and holding a tiny fish.
That's the best. Fish in profile photos should be just illegal.
It's not even a big fish.
No, it's illegal.
You just have a ton of that's the fish that you have to throw back. So.
What's up, Junior? What are profile no-nos on dating apps for photos? Definitely holding any animal. I feel like no.
Dude, like holding up a tiger's face, like that's a giant kitty.
Can you have a photo of you from the last year, at least of the last year of your life? Not the year that you like the best of you. This last year.
Last year is fine, but no group photos.
Yeah. Which one are you?
Yeah.
Is he that one? Is he that one?
No, it's the one that is like.
I'm in that photo all the way. Look all the way to the right and down. There I am.
It's like bringing down the house with Queen Latifah, and she sends a photo to Steve Martin. Like I'm in that picture, but she's the one getting arrested.
I was in her presence last week. That was pretty amazing.
I love Queen Latifah.
I know. I was 5 feet. Like I was here. I was an arm's length away from her, and I was just like, and then she looked at me. That was it. We had a moment. That was it. It's not real, but it was real to me.
Bev Valentine has a couple good ones. Not to have pictures of dudes wearing sunglasses in their dating profile.
Yeah, you're not that cool, Corey Hart. Get it gone.
Hey, don't mess around with a guy in shades. Oh no.
That was a good John Travolta. I don't know what that was.
I don't know
It
either.
sounded like Vinny Barbarino. It was good.
I'm just doing the voice of the guy with sunglasses
Perfect.
indoors.
I like his voice.
Just like, oh, the sun is shining so bright and douchebag, Phil. You have to wear them
Seriously.
indoors. You're not in the Matrix.
Okay.
Take them off.
Yeah. So we're not that. No sunglasses, no animals.
Or drinking beer in your profile picture.
Yeah, loser. You don't have another find just a regular photo of you. Take a selfie.
And I don't drink Bud Light.
Yeah, it's just weird. No group photos. What else do you often see that you're like, but why?
People wearing card hearts, and everyone else around them is wearing a bathing suit.
Yeah. Or just like body parts in general. Unless you're on like the boys ones. I feel like that's when they show off their abs. Look at my abs.
Like, but if they're like leaning like on the bed and they're lying on their stomach, definitely a bottom. And then they say it in their profile, just like, yeah, I'm a bottom. And just like, yeah, you didn't need to say that.
Right.
We know.
We don't need to identify that. Qualifying statements unnecessary.
Dude, we could tell by your little red Hanes that you are.
What's up, Dave Noble? Thanks for joining this bleep show this morning. AJ from No Fish Photos.
I'm sorry. The other guest swore last time, so I thought it was okay.
You're allowed. Hey, let it all out. We've already gotten scolded by one mother this morning. She's still here laughing, so it's fine.
I'm sorry, Tanya. She's a good friend.
Good times right here.
I still haven't met the kids yet, and I feel like a bad friend for not.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
They'll get over it. They need to get used to life. That's what's happening right now. People say the
Exactly.
craziest things, whether they're real or not. And we just go on life like, wait a minute, did that really happen?
Dude, I gotta say that's one of my favorite bathrooms. like up there, like especially with like no curtain.
Oh, my bathroom? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're like bleep it. One of our J1s this summer taped a cardboard box to the wall. I was like, we can put up a curtain.
You put up an actual curtain.
The reason why there is no curtain in my bathroom, just to give everybody a reason why, there's nothing behind our house, by the way, is because my daughters, plural, were using it to wipe their makeup refuse on. So it was just like, it looked.
Wait, before bed?
Yeah, like basically, all right, well, we don't have a towel here. We're just going to wipe all of our hands on this. And so
it's the hands. I thought they were putting their faces.
It looked like their face was on it also.
Like, who was here? The Joker? And it says, ha, ha, ha.
100%. The things, girls are gross. I don't think you need to be told that, but girls are gross. If you've ever lived with a group of females, you understand what it is like dealing with them. But with just countless mascara and whatever face mask things that they're wearing, just, well, we're going to wipe it on the curtains. Why? Cause
dude, and that'll be a good profile picture. Like, look at my curtains.
Yeah, right. Does your child do this also? We could be friends. We could date. Like, seriously. Shout out to all of you single parents trying to date right now. I've got two of my friends that are in that exact realm, and God bless you.
Hit me up. I love single moms.
It's not exactly your type now, is it? Steph, that's a good idea. I love living alone.
Yeah, I can wipe my own makeup on the curtains.
That's it. You can do whatever it is that you want to do in your own fashion. And with that, we're going to go. I got a lot to get to today. One more time, give yourself a plug for all of your shows and the fabulousness that is AJ and Paperback Comedy. Thank you so much for making me laugh this morning.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, last minute plug. Pocasset Golf Club, Saturday night. Jimmy Cash, J.R. Adams, Caroline Cook. Come on down. You were mentioning the procrastinators before. You can't procrastinate for this one.
Right.
You can't.
Get her done.
Because ticket sales will close Thursday, Friday at the latest because the golf club needs to get a head count. So if you're like, oh, I'll just go and get tickets, you can't. You physically can't. You can for Knockabout if they're not sold out. But that's if they're not sold out. But the last time we did a show in November when we had Rodney Norman, that show sold out. So you definitely want to get this one because Drew Dunn tickets that are in the South Shore, they're $40, but online they're $25. But if you enter in the promo code knock 25 off for Tuesday's show, it'll give you 25% off. So,
Get it done.
So 2 awesome shows on Cape Cod. You got the one for East Falmouth. You go to westfalmouthpreschool.org to get tickets for Saturday, and for Knockabout for Tuesday, you go to eventbrite.com. And you just put in Drew Dunn and it'll be there.
Perfect. I'm going to leave the links also here and so people can find it. One more thing before we leave. You wanted to talk about the new Marvel movie, the Marvel flop.
Oh my God.
This is the first time it's ever happened like this.
Yeah, it's the first time. Like, see, this is what happens when you put women girl power, woke.
I don't know what just happened here.
Dude, I just honed all of Reddit. Into what? Oh, women superheroes. What are they gonna think of next?
Look it's a walking, talking Reddit. It just happened.
Dude,
seriously, that's what they're saying is why it stunk.
Yeah. Like, how come everybody like turned into Andrew Tate like all of a sudden? Like, it was good. Like it was good. Was it the best one? No, but it was still fun, and it's fun to take the whole family to. But the only thing that I remember from the movie is me going to the bathroom in the middle of it. Because
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Because when you buy a soda at the concession stand,
I love how you called it a soda.
Yeah,
it's a gallon of soda.
It's $7. That seems expensive, but okay. But then you literally get $7 worth of soda,
right?
Like, this is a gallon. It's a medium,
right?
And then so I had to use the bathroom halfway through. But then then I go in, and just like we were talking about, there was a guy with his pants all the way down to his ankles using the bathroom, and then he's looking at me like I'm the weird one. And it's just like, you just made this more awkward by looking me in the eye.
Guys, on the live, have you witnessed this occurrence? It's like the naked guy in the locker room at the gym. Like, things you just don't do.
And I'm pretty sure that naked guy at the gym doesn't work out. He just only shows up naked.
That's it. Like, I'm just here naked. What are we doing, guys? Just hanging out. I'm 85 and I've got everything saggy as hell. What's happening?
Dude, that blow dryer, sir, is not for you. You have no hair on your head.
I don't understand it. But yeah, all the way to the bottom, that's all they have. LOL. TV.
This is all I have.
This is my moment. This is where I have happy.
They took my grandson away from me because I can't be naked in front of him anymore, apparently. Liberals, that's the problem.
Would you want your pant on the floor of a men's room?
No.
That's the only thing that I'm thinking of. That's not something you want to now bring up onto your body after it's been on the floor of a men's room.
Dude,
there's splatter. There's all kinds of things happening down there.
Dude, the guy was wearing sandals.
Oh, no.
It's November, dude. Why are you wearing sandals with your pants down to your ankles? It's cold.
We could go on all day, but I'm ending this here because we've had a lot of laughs and we've got to go.
All right, come on, just 90 more minutes on this.
I mean it. We got to go. I'll be at Tomatillo's tonight. We got music bingo from 6 until 8. I will see you there.
What town is that in?
That is in Sandwich.
Ooh, Tomatillo's, be there.
Yes, exactly. 6 to 8 tonight. I will see you out later. Make sure you support our podcast. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. If you're listening on lemonadio.com, you can rewatch our entire show start to finish and have some laughs with our emotional support horse and AJ Penny. There is a lot to unpack here on today's show.
And my horse has a lot to unpack.
All right. Can you whinny out?
We'll see you next time.
I have to go.